All right. No one panic. It's just a little cough. A little cough that has lasted for quite a while. And unfortunately, some of our poor members of our wonderful community of the village of Downhill One Way have not stopped getting sick. I'm so sorry, Cobalt Silver. Every time I give them some of the infused, like, plant milk juice stuff and have them drink it to get better, they just get sick the next day. But thankfully, we are finally pushing our way out of a time when we are ravaged by the illness of the foul wind of the spirits of rot. And instead, we are beginning to find our footing, as we shall hopefully be able to not only cure our villagers, but, if luck would be with us, potentially even be able to use the bandages and infusions that our wonderful healers make to try not to have some other terrible illness catch us, which actually seems like it's a little bit close for comfort, but we're gonna see what we can do. And that reminds me, I did want to build a new mending hut. Do we have what we need to make sure that our healers have plenty to do? Let's see. Okay, I need one more stone. That's what I was working on. I remember now. Nether Hearts, my friend, do please come and gather this stone. And then I think I was having, hey, Box Things, can you build this thing for me instead? It's unfortunately going to take 4 days, but I mean, if this prophecy that the rabbits of rapture, ridicule, rambunctiousness, I need more like thesaurus words in my head right now. And like the rabbits of the race, like what do you guys think you would call rabbits that give you prophecies from the little like trails that they make with their little foot beans? Like, I gotta think about that, because that could be really fun. We could found some sort of like rabbit worshipping society in zoo crafting for all I know. Okay, we gotta give that a little bit of thought, kind of build it up, rather like we are building up our healing huts. I wonder, the healing hares, I wonder if we're gonna give our like healers some sort of unique name. But then again, I don't think rabbits really like tend to one another, but all right, now we are going down the rabbit hole. So let us carry on with building another one of the wonderful huts that we can hopefully heal at, as well as working on getting some glop glooped. Let's see. We need some stone. Oh, Ren, you're sick too? Okay, we've got 2 sick people we've got to cure. And then once that's done, Fenrir Dragon, if you could go ahead and continue your research, because the rabbits of responsiveness. Okay, I really need to work on that, okay? It makes me wish I had like a physical thesaurus so I could just flip it open and come across as really cool and collected, like, oh yes, the rabbits of let's see here, radiance. The rabbits of radiance. Ooh, that might be a good one. And actually, I no, that wasn't like, I didn't actually have a thesaurus. That I just desperately plucked an R word out of my mind so that I could seem cool to you guys, that's all. But there is an omen of fear coming up, so I do want to work on this hope, but at the same time, Fenrir, I wonder if there's something else I could have you be doing that might be kind of useful for the entire group, because we do have this heat threat kind of looming, and we're going to need more wood to be able to really counter that. So as much as I hate not putting more effort into the performer's stall, well, we have some hairs to heal. I really hope we can make a little bit of progress with, oh, it's going to be really hard to fight off whatever diseases might be coming around. And to be fair, the domain of illness, or I guess the domain of health, well, no, health implies like you're healthy. The domain of health or illness is becoming very strong, and I think sickness is going to be one of the main themes that we must face as the village of Downhill. Aw, man! Here we go with more omens. I see we have been cursed. An omen is coming for us. Something bad is going to happen. Aw, really, Shaman? Oh, well, 6 days feels a little bit more optimistic than not for being able to at least take care of things. How many sick people do we have? Just one? Yay! Okay, that actually should be a little bit helpful. What's not helpful is that I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about the sickness threat. Okay, turns out I probably needed 4 healers instead of just 3. You think that would be enough, but what are you going to do? All right, and meanwhile, we do need to carry on, thank you, Silver Umbreon, with crafting ourselves more of the tools we need to train our wonderful farmers so that they can keep things moving and grooving over here. And Fenrir, where's our watcher? Ren, you're the watcher. Fenrir, if you don't mind, perhaps you could take care of the, you know, we haven't had to sacrifice any bunnies in here just yet. But of the sacred grounds, we'll just call this the sacred grounds. All of our grounds are technically sacred, for we love them all, like all the little grasses and everything else. But this is the one where we're gonna, it might have to be the sacrifice grounds. We'll deal with that when we come to it. Let's see, the hemp has grown over here. And where are all of our, Foxfangs is currently building that. I just have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna need another healer's hut to the point where I probably should not risk not using it. And then, okay, we don't need more stone at the moment though. So, there we are, Nether Hearts. If you could come and sit with the rabbits and gain what wisdom they may offer you. And hopefully we will be able to, wait a second. Every single one of my pips is wearing a hat. Let's wait until this omen of illness goes away, and then we will work on expanding our population, because we're gonna need help if we're gonna have more farmers. Because all of a sudden we have one poor little farmer, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to take care of all of this on their own. That's a lot of hemp that we might lose. Yay! And there you are, Orbit! Orbit, I really hope that we're able to go ahead and make good use of your farming skills. All right, well. Is that everybody healed? Yay! Okay, so that's everybody healed. Good job, Larkspring. Good job, Dinomans. I was hoping that you would be able to accomplish such wonders. Cain is able. Welcome, welcome. Dinomans, you're leading your 2 apprentices, hopefully in the right direction. Oh, do I ever wish that we would be able to go ahead and maybe have a little bit more of the health essence being brought in, but alas. Meanwhile, we shall have our Watcher Wren tend to the fires of the, Sacrifice ground sounds a little spooky. We'll have to think about that. We'll workshop it. All right, Cobalt. I don't know if we need a miner at the moment. And now that we have 1 set of tools, it might be useful to have more sets of tools, Silver, but at the same time, it might be useful just to straight up have some of our like wood. Okay, actually, there we go. Fenrir, if you could go ahead and start researching again. Can I get all, no. Oh, ooh, Foxfangs, you over here, somebody else, thank you, Cobalt, can work on building this. And then maybe whoever is left over can, oh, you can help out with health, actually. We can have some of our pips help out with health a little bit. Okay, no, we really probably should be building this. Foxfangs, if you don't mind, like, let's have a few of our orbit. Hey, like if we have a few of our pips actually take a break and have something to drink. There we go. It's not gonna be a lot to fight up against this, but I think it might be at least something. So let's give it a try. I see you, spirits of rot, trying to get into our poor pips, like poor stomachs, their lungs, anything else that these evil spirits are attempting to rot away. Boy, we didn't even make a dent on that. Oh, was trying really hard, but look, we're not even going to be able to make a dent. So I'm just going to need to admit that that is the case, and we're going to need to work on getting a lot more hemp. All right, well, what are you going to do? Okay, let's see. Not enough carrots? Pfft, that's what you're going to do. So let's have our druidic pips go ahead and do their druid thing. And then let's go ahead and have Orbit. Orbit, I actually think I need you to focus on gathering the hemp at the moment because we're using that for healing stuff. And then where is Amy? You're gathering carrots. Why don't you make some glop at the moment? How many days do we have left? 11 days till the next season. I think we'll be okay. So Amy, if you could help Windfallen to create some glorious glop and store it within our town hall, I would be quite grateful. And now, I suppose... Ah, Ren! Another willing set of hands that I just realized could be doing a different job. Why don't you... Okay, performer's stall is going to be 9, takes 3 days to make. Gather some more wood, just to make sure that we're ready for that. What we aren't probably ready for is whatever the spirits of rot want to bring down upon our heads, even with our multiple healers. Ah. Dang. I should probably stop wasting our healers' time at the healing hut, but I don't know. I was at least trying to give us a 1% chance. Oh, I even forgot about my memory beans. I completely forgot about my memory beans. Oh, the irony. Oh. Silver, you doing okay? Oh, what's going down? Somebody wants to do a little dance on the performer's stall. Eureka! Aw, Silver. How fitting, since Silver is the tool maker, and the performer's stall is where you train a knife, like, juggler. We placed the performer on a rising block so that everyone could see his artistry, and also to ensure no one was stabbed by the knives. Well, I'm glad we were able to get that going. Not so glad about the fact that we completely cannot do anything about avoiding that misfortune event tonight. So we're gonna get some infusions stocked up and some bandages stocked up, and just have to cross our fingers that we'll be able to endure whatever is going to be hitting us. And after we figure out what it is, then we will start thinking about if we want to go ahead and add more piplings to our home. Ooh, and now that we have the performer's stall, +2 of social building is within 1. Intensifies hope production. And where do the meeting points... Okay, so I'm gonna put a meeting point here and the knife juggler here. And then we'll see how that works out for us. Whoop, sorry about that little hiccup. But let's see what we actually need to research, and we will see if our druids will help us out with setting up for some grand festivals. Let's see. So if we had some good food, but that's for dwelling. And then there's also the animal theater. That's going to be a long ways away. But that actually is probably, the animal theater, once we get that built, is probably where we can imagine people pulling things out of a hat. That's adorable. What is not adorable is remembering, oh yeah, we might starve to death this winter. I should probably do something about that. And also, we are going to need to think about what we can do to make a large tent. We're going to need some of that leather because I do think we will want to work with the grand balance of life and hopefully have some more piplings in our village. The sacrifices we must make in a attempt to hold off the apocalypse. Well, I like to imagine we're trying to hold off the apocalypse for everyone, the rabbits included. And so this is a complicated balance that we will have to work with on them. Meanwhile, can I go ahead and add in said performer's stall right here? Yes! It's gonna take a few days to build, but I mean, I like the hope. It's nice. It's nice seeing that we can be quite hopeful, and I love that all of that hope has been generated from just the villagers being nice to each other. I do hope, that is a trend that will continue as we go ahead. Amy, you come over. Seeds. Should I have you gather hemp? because we're going to be going through the hemp pretty quickly. Yeah, Amy, you come over and gather some hemp since we know we're about to deal with some big sickness. But I do like seeing how our villagers have been so kind to one another. We have not had anywhere where they could really sit and contemplate the meaning of hope, like a social spot, just yet. And yet here we stand, very hopeful. Like all of that was just from them talking to each other and being nice, which I find to be delightful. All right, let's see. I think this is as good as it is going to get. So, in the name of a hopeful future, and gathering plenty of the hemp so we can hopefully have lots of medications ready to go. All right. We were not able to evade you this time, spirits of rot. Even if you have jogged my memory beans, I feel a little bit sour about that. Don't you dare. One damage inflicted to 5 buildings. Scarcity in insects, the locusts. My barley! But that was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I feel conflicted. On the one hand, my barley, and on the other hand, I am so relieved that that was all it was, and that we actually have a chance to go ahead and try to like work against that event. What a relief. Like, what a huge relief. Okay, now we need to switch back to seeds. Because we also need a ton of seeds to be able to get all of these things planted again. But what a relief. And here I thought it was going to be like nigh upon the end times with illness and sickness and we don't have enough infusions. And actually, look at that, we're doing okay. Should I have more of our workers actually spend a little bit of time trying to help out with the health balance? Because we're still gonna have just like a 50-50 chance, even with this much health being generated. So you know what, Fenrir? I think we are going to want everybody who can take a break for a day or two. Even you, Windfallen. We're very big on staying hydrated in this community because the community that stays hydrated together doesn't dehydrate together. So, yes, that was pretty bad. Sorry. Okay, meanwhile, I guess I need to hurry up and get more barley as soon as I can, but now I'm gonna be out of water. I really need to like work on a well that we could go ahead and have Ren tend to as well, but it is one thing after another with these pips, isn't it? Well, at least I know I have one more new thing to harass them with as well. So, we can go ahead and we can unlock higher knowledge, which will give us something, or we could unlock poisoning. So the higher knowledge has 9 events related to it. It can make pips terrified. The poisoning, 11 events related to it. It can poison pips. This isn't really a competition. We're gonna try higher knowledge. A library! How fun! Some pips collected all their little books and put them behind closed doors, insisting that it was better not to have read them at all than to have them touched by dirty hands. And if you have brick paving and beauty and bookmakers, then you just get like knowledge through the roof. But I'm so curious because I feel like by the time you get to this stage where you're like, yeah, I'm building libraries, I mean, you're well tended, right? Like you're kind of like taking good care of the new crops. There's gonna be new crops next time. But who knows? Maybe we'll see what the future has in mind for our wonderful piplings. For now, I do believe everybody we can spare is currently using all of the little refreshment stands so that we can try to help out by staying hydrated together. And we also have a little bit of a fear event, so perhaps we shall allow ourselves to see what fate might have in store for us soon. And we may have an omen of fear upon our heads. Does it have something to do with how, like, hey, Windfallen? Oh, Windfallen! Look at that, meditating upon nature. Look at the ridiculous amount of that wonderful nature protection we have. Excellent. Just absolutely excellent. Okay, locusts weren't what I was expecting. Oh my gosh. But I think we're gonna make it. No way. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that we might actually be going into autumn or out of autumn. Oh no, out of autumn. Ah, my plants. Okay. All right. Anyone who's not immediately needed for being able to like needed at the wells and things like that, please report for duty in the carrot fields, I think, and maybe the hemp fields even. In fact, I might switch you two around because Orbit. Okay. All right, Orbit, I need you over here, please. Because we're going to need to make sure that we actually are able to go ahead and pull in some of these crops before winter. And that means we're going to pivot. Who cares about getting large tents that have to lead to large sacrifices of bunnies when we need onions ready to go for the winter? Oh boy. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us on these rather chaotic adventures. If you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more, well, you know what to do. Stay hydrated. Drink your water. It's good for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.